It's a new record. 3 days straight. Oh, jeez, it's the end of the days. And that's our heart piece.
In more ways than one.
Ah, it's Crew 1532. Hide. That's what everyone should say when they see us gaming. Crew 1532 represent.
I have never heard a statement made that sounded more like a really, really bad 90s teenage cartoon. You know what I'm talking about? Where they would always animate their lips to look really weird.
Yeah.
And like, like, you know, the Captain Planet kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They better run when they hear Crew 1532 coming.
Oh, man. Alright, 70.
Plus, also, let's save the planet, I guess.
Okay, I did 72.
I want to save 1 rupee.
Yeah, this 1 rupee is actually going to be really important for RNG manipulation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so now we're going to...
That's about how I dance.
So now we're going to get to the last night of the 3rd day. And then he refuses to dance with us anymore, and he just, like, gets the hell out of Dodge. Yeah, he just leaves. He's like, yeah, that moon's falling, I'm out.
You're not going to learn the song?
Dude, I don't need to learn the song, I already know it.
You have to learn it for it to actually work.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
You do not, Josiah.
What? Okay, are we talking about the same song?
The song of Double Time?
Oh, okay, never mind.
Or the Slowdown song? He teaches you both.
I'm thinking of something different.
What are you thinking of?
I was getting Ocarina of Time and this mixed up.
So, since we have to wait until it's midnight of the final day, I'm gonna go ahead and grind rupees real quick again.
Is it possible to save the old lady tonight?
The old lady tonight?
Yeah, remember? The old lady that gets mugged by, what's his face?
No, that's only on the first night.
Okay.
And I don't even think you can do that as a Deku Scrub. Or, yeah, you can save her as a Deku Scrub, but she doesn't give you anything.
Gotcha.
She's like, oh, but you're just a kid. I can't let you have this.
Because it's a bomb bag, isn't it?
No, it's the blast mask.
Oh, that's right.
We're gonna be getting that next next.
I knew it was explosive.
We're gonna begin that next cycle. I have a lot of things to do in the first cycles before we head off to the temples.
How much stuff is it possible to get before what's it called? It's
Woodfall?
not Woodfall. Yeah, it is Woodfall.
There's several masks you can get. There's several heart pieces to get. Basically, the end of the cycle is going to be the bunny hood.
Yeah.
But
Bunny hood is awesome.
yeah, it's my favorite mask in this game. Easy. Alright, 5. Taking this ruby to the grave.
It'll be lost in the void of space-time.
Ah, yes. That's the goal here.
Tell the story about the owl statue.
Alright, while we have time, little Josiah. So I'm gonna...
I love this story!
Yeah! Alright, so I'm gonna come through here and turn around. If you look at that owl statue down there, it's actually a separate owl statue from the one right here. I mean, it's supposed to give the illusion that you're seeing it, but it's actually a separate owl statue, but it still functions as an owl statue. So if you actually hit it and activate it, it triggers the event that allows the Song of Soaring to be used, which is something later in the game. But if you already know the game, this is going to be interesting. It triggers the ability to use that song, but doesn't give you any location on the map. So what you have to do is you have to go to your map screen and line up your cursor to a certain place on the map, and then it will let you warp, not to the location that you're hovered over, but every location there like corresponds to a different location, and not necessarily every single one. If you leave your cursor on the wrong one, it'll just crash the game, which is fun. But it's called wrong warping, and it's really interesting, and it's definitely sped up the speedrun of this game a lot.
And that was just discovered recently, wasn't it?
That was discovered a little over a year ago now, but it was discovered right before the last, or no, right after like AGDQ 2015, which was funny. No, I want to say that maybe SGDQ 2015, because it was funny. No, AGDQ 2015, and then, yeah, it was after AGDQ 2015, it was discovered, like right after Majora's Mask run was just done. And so at SGDQ 2015, they had to redo Majora's Mask with that new route. It was pretty good. They're like, yeah, like a week after AGDQ ended, wrong warping was discovered. And this game is like 15 years old. It's ridiculous that that was just found. It's like, it seems so obvious, too. Like, such an obvious thing to try. Alright, so here we have Tattle and Tail. Yes, that's what they're called, Tattletale. Reuniting. And then Tails being all cryptic, and then Skull Kid hits him. Just straight up hits him. And then he's like, well, doesn't matter. There's nothing you can do now. If this is something that can be stopped, just try to stop it.
And then he glances up those enormous nostrils.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, places fast, and I'm homebound.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, so now we just snot bubble at him. And they left mana pots around in case you miss this snot bubble a lot.
What happens if you fail this first cycle?
It just takes you back to the beginning of the cycle's Deku Scrub. Or maybe it just makes you redo the whole thing. I don't know. I've never done it. I'm not that stupid.
Well, I mean, out of curiosity, it'd be interesting to know.
Yeah, I've never done it. I have no idea. It's definitely something I need to try at some point. Even though it was only a short time, I feel as if I've known you forever. I'll never forget the days we spent together in Hyrule, and I believe in my heart that a day will come when we shall meet again. Until that day comes, please take this. Basically, this is all...
And they never met again.
Yeah. This is all retconning Ocarina of Time.
Well, no, this just happens after, like, when he goes and he meets her and tells her about Ganondorf and what happens, and then they imprison Ganondorf, and that leads into Twilight Princess. So this is just after that.
Okay. I'm not sure how accurate that is, since he kind of knew the Song of Time by the end of the game, last game. He gave the ocarina back as an adult, yeah, but not as a kid. Wow, he gave the ocarina back as an adult. So for 7 years, the ocarina just didn't exist.
Time travel, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Step out of it. What are you doing? Lost in memories. How did you know? Get yourself together. Getting the old ocarina back isn't gonna help us. Didn't you hear, like, the Happy Mask salesman, dude? That moon is very much so not moving at all.
It's getting closer very slowly.
I'm trying to tell if it is. Alright, I'm done here. Huh? Where did you get that instrument? That's a very good question.
Where are those horns coming out of?
Butt horns, man. Butt horns. It's interesting, on the Japanese version, maybe on the American version too, If you data mine the game, you can find icons for all the separate instruments for the separate transformations, as if they're gonna have the icon change depending on what form you're in.
I kind of wish they would have done that. That would have been kind of cool.
It would have been cool, and I don't really understand why they didn't, because the icon is still in the game, so it wasn't like a
They may have
memory
thought
limitation.
they may have thought it would confuse players or something like that.
It makes sense. It would be a little bit confusing, but I don't think it would have been something they should have worried about. Whatever.
Yeah.
What's done is done.
I'm gonna criticize this obscure decision that was made, I don't know, like 15 years ago?
Over 15 years ago, yeah. Like, during the development. Do you know this whole game was developed in a year?
Yeah. Like, it started out as a expansion of Ocarina of Time, didn't it?
Well, basically, what happened was he wanted to make a new Zelda game for the Nintendo 64, but it wasn't approved. So what he said, he's like, okay, what if I use all the assets of Ocarina of Time? He's like, okay, and then whoever was giving him permission was like, yeah, fine, but you only have a year. He's like, okay, deal. I can make a whole new game using these assets in a year. And so that's why most of the assets in this game are from Ocarina of Time.
That's really impressive.
It is, actually, because just the transformation masks, the design of Clock Town and all the dungeons, all that in a year, that's phenomenal. And how polished this game is.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, the UI didn't have to get remade, and all the items are there, but still, it's impressive. Hey, bud. Were you able to recover your precious item from that imp? Oh, you got it! I'm not gonna repeat that over and over. Listen to me, but play these songs. Blah, 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 blah. Play the song.
I love the Song of Healing.
It's a good song, man. Especially all the remixes that are on YouTube.
On the YouTube.
On the internet.
On the YouTube. Okay, because he's got a horn.
You disgust me.
The YouTuber.
I hate you.
I've been waiting for that. It finally happened. This is officially a recording session now. Bye-bye!